has been known for being a pioneer in the steel industry. Cambria County was a pioneer in the steel industry. Well, thanks to Gautier, we're pioneer again, right?
You are, absolutely.
And the state was proud to, and I was proud to make a $2 million investment to support what is going on right here in Johnstown. The big investment was made by them. The big investment was made by the folks right here to make this community and our Commonwealth better. And that kind of partnership really matters. So it's really nice to come in and for all of us to come in and be part of a ceremony like this, but all of us recognize that the heart of this kind of enterprise is with the local community. So I appreciate that. And I think all of us in Harrisburg need to understand how we can support this kind of enterprise even more robustly. One of the things I know we need is investment in education and training. And you guys are doing, you know, poster children, all of you, for what we can do. You can applaud, that's all right. That's an applause. But you know, you're the ones that make these plans come alive. It's the human capital that does that. And so I'm proud to try to do what I can do to make the educational enterprise more robust and more relevant. We need to invest in our schools. I am proud of what I've done since I'm governor, investing in education in our schools. But we also have to make sure that those schools are creating opportunities for the kids they teach. And so you know, I've been proud to, in this last budget, which by the way came in early. We're all really happy about that. Early, and has $30 million for STEM education, for career and technical education, for apprenticeship programs, all aimed at trying to make our education system, our schools, more relevant to the needs of companies like Gautier, but also of the kids who are in those schools and the adults who need the continuous education. So I'm proud of that. But today we're here to talk about this park, and I'm really proud to announce that the state is being a partner to the tune of $500,000 to help the community with this park. Jackie and I were talking about this actually, you just mowed this, didn't you, last night or this morning? This morning. It looks beautiful. But it's going to look even more beautiful when this project is finished. And I think you all know better than I what the plans are for this. But this is going to be an Iron to Arts corridor that is going to continue the process of revitalizing, rejuvenating this community and bringing it back to everything that it can be. So I'm excited by the possibilities that lie ahead for this region, but I'm really excited again by the partnership that this represents between the state and the Johnstown community, and I'm really proud of what we're doing with Gautier Steel. So I'm very pleased to introduce, well, I'm not introducing, I'm just reintroducing to the podium Jackie Colback, who's the CFO of Gautier Steel. So Jackie.
Thank you, Governor Wolf, Senator Langerholt, and Representative Barbin. And also a shout out to all the guys with ACRP and the gals from ACRP. Really appreciate everything you do for us. And a special thank you to Glenn Buckley, the new CEO of Gautier Steel. He's been all in on all these efforts. We at Gautier strongly believe in a vibrant downtown area. In fact, Gautier Steel represents about 20% of the downtown footprint. We believe that the success of Gautier and the success of Johnstown are tied together. Being on the board of the Bottle Works and in the spirit of the arts, a conversation began and creating something bigger and better than ourselves. The idea of Iron to Arts corridor was the brainchild of Don Zuko, and he's the former mayor of Johnstown, and John Yerger, the president of Bottle Works. Gautier stepped up to the plate by hiring a city architectural engineer and asking him to create an integrative, comprehensive plan of what our future could be. We asked the architect to develop engineering estimates for each of the focal points that we've identified. And we have asked the same of The Iron to Arts is a cohesive and integrative plan that works. It is about the spirit of cooperation and collaboration. It's an exciting, refreshing look at what we see every day, potential. This public-private partnership is committed towards working together. Taking this comprehensive approach, we have engaged and will continue to support we will continue to seek the support of private foundations, local businesses, and the federal government and nonprofits to collaborate to build for a better tomorrow. So, Governor, get ready. There will be more grants coming our way. I would like to introduce Don Zuko, a man who loves this town. He's always looking for ways to make it better. He will talk more about the Iron to Arts corridor and what it means to not only Johnstown but the region. Governor, this is something we firmly believe is a path to a better tomorrow. Once you get to hear more about it, I feel confident you'll believe the same.
Thank you, Jackie, and Governor, thank you for being here, and thank you for this wonderful contribution as we begin this journey called Iron to Arts. And John Yeager, this was a conversation one night when I said we ought to be talking about an enterprise corridor from Gautier down to Waterworks, and the next morning he said it's going to be Iron to Arts, and that's how this got started. So quickly, what is 2 miles long, goes through 5 neighborhoods, is going to create jobs and clean up place, okay? That's what this is. And it is sponsored and articulated by Gautier, Waterworks, the Redevelopment Authority, and Discover Downtown. It is funded by private, public, and foundation money, and we have shovel-ready projects that have a lot of match together. So quickly, here's what it is. You got the Gautier project for about $2 million. Go down the street to the Flood Museum. They're sitting on $1.35 million. They have $1.35 million in the pipeline to do a $2.7 million project. Cross over the Prospect Bridge. Get down to the train station. Just invested $911,000 to stabilize it. We want a connection to Pittsburgh. We want Pittsburgh here and us in Pittsburgh. You can't come into that train station and get a good impression. It has to be upgraded. Go down a little further and begin your journey into the former Bethlehem Steel properties. Over to the left is the oil house. It's not the oil house anymore. It's been repurposed. It's the Festival Park. Go a little further. You get into Bethlehem Steel properties. No. JWF. Bill Palachek. Lots of jobs. Talk about education, Governor. He has jobs that he can't fill. So he would like to create some kind of an educational component where he would hire folks, pay them, train them, let them get their craftsman papers, and perhaps even go on to community college. Above him is Rosedale. Rosedale is 65 acres. About $1.6 million could give us access in there. That could be another development project. Right below that is the old Blacklick shop, okay? It has been repurposed. Now you got the Ironworks folks in there hoping to bring 250 students through. Get down a little further and you're at the machine shop. Remember last year, the Symphony Orchestra? There were hundreds and hundreds of people in there that walked over that pedestrian bridge. The machine shop is being repurposed. And again, Governor, thank you. We're going to have garden hanging, I think that's the right term. Hanging gardens, all right, thank you. Growing marijuana. Important thing. Medical marijuana, absolutely. Thank you. Important. They're going to refurbish that building. They're going to create a number of jobs. And from what I hear, those are family sustaining wages. Go a little bit further and you're in the old electric storage building. No. It's been repurposed. Now you got a plant down there with pipes. Cross over the pedestrian bridge where hundreds and hundreds of steelworkers walk and go into Kansas City. At Waterworks, we got workers on the roof. We got the design done for the parking lot, and there's $1 million project down there. And thank you to 1889, they gave us a $1.2 million grant. We created something called the Kansas City Cultural Partnership. $2.4 million going to be spent down there, and the dance folks were able to get another $650,000. You go up the street, there was a gas station. It's been repurposed. Now it's B&L Winery. Come down the street, there's a vacant bank. It's been repurposed. Now there's a veterinarian. So if you think about Gautier and you think about Kansas City and everything in between, it is exciting. It is truly exciting. And if you want to do something here to really prove to the folks in this community that we're moving in the right direction, It's got to be by scale. We do lots of good projects, but they're kind of disconnected. And it's hard for people to see how that momentum is moving forward. This 2 miles and this $15 million could dramatically show the town we're headed in the right direction. And it could be a catalyst for other people to step up and create other corridors. Thank you. Melissa Radovani. I'm sorry, Melissa Komar, Executive Director of Redevelopment. Yeah, this did excite me.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Melissa Komar, and I'm the Executive Director of the Johnstown Redevelopment Authority. It is an honor to have Governor Wolf here today at this historic site, which is a strong part of Johnstown's history and Johnstown's future. Economic development and redevelopment come in all shapes and forms: factory jobs, tourism, infrastructure improvements, and arts. Our community has been blessed for decades to have unique and vibrant projects that have spurred economic development. The Johnstown Redevelopment Authority exists and operates for two public purposes: the elimination of blighted areas for residential, recreational, commercial, and industrial reuse, and to provide a suitable living environment as well as adequate employment opportunities for the citizens of our city. The mission of the Johnstown Redevelopment Authority is to also undertake urban renewal and continue revitalization of the city of Johnstown, using both public and private partnerships, while engaging those very citizens in our community towards a vision of growth. Today is a perfect example of using these public and private partnerships to create momentum and vitality in our community. Partnerships with local foundations has sparked momentum in former steel mill properties located on Iron Street, approximately 1 mile from where we are today. Companies from Florida, New York, East Liverpool, Ohio, and most recently Philadelphia have all made Johnstown their new home over the past year and a half. The Johnstown Urban Industrial Park will soon pave the way for acres of land to be developed for any type of heavy industry. High above our city, this untouched land can be the home to a variety of projects and heavy industry, but currently sits idle due to the lack of access. Investing in improved infrastructure from our sewer funds has helped us to rebuild roads and major intersections throughout our city, but there is much more yet to be accomplished. This Johnstown community has new momentum. It is a momentum brought forth by a work ethic that was born decades ago. A work ethic that transcends time so that each generation has the drive and determination to make its mark on our Johnstown community. On behalf of the Johnstown Redevelopment Authority, I would like to congratulate Gautier Specialty Metals and thank Governor Wolf for awarding funds for this important project as it marks the beginning of our Iron to Arts corridor. Thank you so much. I would now like to introduce Sue Mann, the president of the 1889 Foundation.
Good afternoon, everyone, on this beautiful sunny day, finally. And thank you, Governor Wolf, for taking the time to be here today and for your support and continued interest in our beautiful community. The 1889 Foundation is honored to be partners with the Commonwealth from a funding perspective. We believe collaboration is key in moving our community forward, and through the support of the state and the collective work of many, we are in the process of developing a redevelopment strategy for Johnstown and our surrounding communities. Melissa talked about momentum, and that, combined with passion and a shared focus on our priorities, will not only allow us to meet our goals, but to exceed them. Governor, you challenged us to think big. Well, we accepted that challenge, and know that we listened, and together, we're putting those words into action. Thank you.
just going to wrap up. Any questions from anybody in the press? Very impressive project. And again, I want to thank the Johnstown community for stepping up and having the organization, the civic leadership, the political leadership, and the will to actually transform this community. This is a remarkable community, and you're doing great things, first by recognizing that it's a remarkable community and doing the concrete things you're doing to bring it back. So on behalf of everybody in Pennsylvania, thank you for making Johnstown all that it can be. Thank you very much. How about that? That was right on time. Any questions back there? Yeah.
How important are these kinds of projects in revitalization like this one? Projects like this that show people who are coming into the city for the first time, a good first impression.
I think it's really important, but I think the most important thing is that it starts with the civic leadership, the will at the local level. But then this kind of project really does make a difference. I actually know people who have come to Johnstown as tourists, and they like what they see already. They're going to like what they see even more when this is finished. People who are coming here to look to maybe locate a plant. To some sort of economic development facility. They're going to look at this and say, this is attractive. I think I'm going to like this, and I think my employees are going to like living in a place like Johnstown. So these things are really, really important. Yeah. I haven't seen his plan, but as you know, I ran 4 years ago on investing in education, and I have been consistent each and every year in investing and convincing my colleagues in the General Assembly to invest in education, and we have in fact put record amounts of money into early childhood education, basic education, and higher education. This last budget alone, I think we had $313 million extra dollars into education funding. So I'm a strong and have been a consistent supporter of education, over $1 billion, and it has gone. There is every school district, 500 school districts in Pennsylvania. Each and every one of them have received more money each and every year. So I am a champion of education. Glad to see that my opponent is also talking about investing in education, a little bit at odds with some of the things he's done in the past, but again, I haven't seen his plan. I welcome anybody who wants to support education. That's essential if we're going to make Pennsylvania all that it can be. All right, thanks very much.